So hello, let's get started on our Duet Cal. Just a few remarks, a few notes before we get started. Um, in the pattern, the first version, number one, is with this version like this. This one was made with the Lion Brand mandala, and these cakes have close to more than 500 yards, if I recall. And so this version, when you measure this way, measures about 21, 22 inches. Okay. If you're using a smaller cake, like the Caron cake or like the mandala tweed stripes, which I'm going to use to do this version, um, you make it about 19, 20 inches long to make sure that you have enough yarn at the end to make the I cords. So hello. Um, if you've downloaded the pattern from our website, it looks like this. We're going to start with the number one scarf today. So in the pattern, you have both instructions in English and in French. You have a chart, so it could be a good time to learn how to read a pattern, since I have both written instructions. And at the end, the last page is what I call my row guide. Okay. And this I supply, it's in most of my patterns now, especially the newer ones of 2020. So basically, the instructions right there, it's a combination of single crochet stitches, chains, in chain one spaces and chain two spaces. Okay. And these are the abbreviations so that you can read. Now, the number one is quite simple in terms of instruction. It's a repetition of a combination of the single crochet and chain one stitches, really. And then once we're done, I'll show you how to do the I cord that we attach on either end. So the instruction says to begin with a magic circle. So many of you know how to do a magic circle, but for those who might not, I will give a quick rundown how it's done. Well, you basically take your yarn, turn it around your fingers, say, okay, like that, and secure it. Okay, take your crochet hook, go under the first strand over here. Okay, like that. Go get your second strand, pull it through, and chain one just so that we can secure the circle for the moment. Okay, now the chain one here does not count, I repeat, does not count as a stitch. Okay, all right, so you can tighten the circle a little bit so that it's not too cumbersome to work with, and hold it steady, and then we'll tighten it completely shut a bit later at row 2 or row 3. Okay, all right, so the instructions: single crochet, chain 1, and single crochet in the magic circle. So that would be row 1. So we single crochet, chain 1, single crochet in magic circle, like that. We begin. That's our row 1. You can close it a little bit here if you want. All right, row 2, chain 1 and turn. So this scarf is made flat, so we're always turning one and chaining one and turning as we go. So row 2 is single crochet in first stitch, okay, and chain 1, and then it says in parenthesis single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. So that's basically when something is in parenthesis like that in a pattern, it often indicates that it's a combination of stitches that we do in one stitch, in the same stitch. So here it says single crochet, chain 2, single crochet in chain 1 space. So the chain 1 space is right there. So we basically single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet in the chain 1 space like that, and then we chain 1 again, and then single crochet in the last stitch. So row 3, chain 1, turn. So we start seeing the triangle. You start seeing the point right there. It says to single crochet in the first stitch, chain 1. And then the asterisk, right, what comes after the asterisk is chain 1 and single crochet in the chain 1 spaces. So it's a combination of stitches of single crochet, chain 1, and then single crochet in the chain 1 spaces. Okay, so here in row 3 there's only one chain 1 space right there. Then you chain 1, and we reach the chain 2 space, and again in every chain 2 space now, from now on, it's going to be a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet in that same space. So like that, chain 2, single crochet. Okay, always in that space, and then we chain 1. We go get the next chain 1 space. It's right there. It's hard to find. Okay, we single crochet in that space, chain 1, and single crochet in the last stitch. So we always have to do a single crochet in the first and last stitches of the row. Okay, and always single crochet, chain 1, and then a single crochet in the chain 1 spaces of the previous row. And then when you get to the chain 2 space, you always do a chain 1, a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet in that space, and so on. So let's do this for a while. So single crochet in first stitch, chain 1, single crochet in next chain 1 space, chain 1, single crochet in next chain 1 space, chain 1. Now I've reached the chain 2 space again. So single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, chain 1, then a single crochet in chain 1 there, chain 1 again, then another single crochet in that space there, chain 1, and a single crochet in the last stitch. So if I go to my next row, so like I said, the repetition, it's a repetition of row 3, the combination of single crochets, always single crochet in the first stitch, chain 1, so it's single crochets in the chain 1 spaces. Okay, whoop, single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1. We're in the chain 2 spot, so it's single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, then chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, single crochet in the space, chain 1. There's another space right there, don't forget it, chain 1 and single crochet in the last stitch. Sometimes it's hard to find, or it's hard to get in there. It could be a bit tighter, but okay. And that's basically how it increases, because without you knowing, you're actually adding stitches in the corners, and you're adding stitches at both ends, because since you're doing single crochet chain one, that chain one is that added stitch at the beginning and at the end. So that's why you're always ending up with a triangle. So you can't forget to do that. If you forget to chain one after your single crochet stitches in the first stitch there, you'll start seeing that the triangle will start it won't be a triangle, it'll start going like that. Okay, it'll be crooked. Now this stitch that we're doing, or this combination of stitches, is basically called the moss stitch. You might have seen that before. It's actually quite a simple stitch, as you can see. It's a very simple stitch, but it's quite versatile, and it's quite a common stitch actually. I'm not inventing the wheel here for this particular design either. That's why it's a free pattern. This is like the granny square, the basic granny square. So we can meet up again once you've reached about 21 inches height. Like when this section, like that, when you measure, is about 21 inches approximately, that's a good size, and you should have some strands left, enough to make the I cords at the end, and maybe even enough to make a nice, maybe a tassel. If you like tassels, you could do a nice tassel. So we meet up when it's time to do the I cord again.